All right, hi everyone, and welcome to the Getting Started with Viraltag webinar. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks so much for joining us today. You all recently signed up for Viraltag, and we're very excited to have you. And congratulations on giving it a try. If at any point during this webinar you can't see the screen or can't hear me, feel free to just pop in a question or a chat in the question or chat box and just let me know. It's usually fine, but every once in a while we have some technical glitches and I want to make sure you don't miss out on anything. A little bit about me quickly. I'm the head of marketing here at Viraltag. My background is in digital marketing. I've worked in some small companies, tech startups, and an e-commerce company, and also at a couple of the big tech companies, Google and AOL. So I have a mix of insights I can share with you guys. That's my email address, jilly@viraltag.com, and my Twitter handle. So feel free to reach out to me at any point and jot that down for later use. We're going to pack a bit into this webinar today, just talk briefly about getting started, creating your strategy, figuring out your target audience on social media, and then we'll dive right into talking specifically about Viraltag. I'll show you how to find content using Viraltag, how to enhance that content, optimize it for specific social media channels, and then we'll talk about scheduling and publishing to social media with Viraltag. And then, of course, I'll save time at the end for questions, but feel free to pop anything in the question box during the webinar that comes up, and I'll get to it at that point. Great. Before we get too far into this, I just wanted to talk a little bit about visual content and why we created a whole marketing platform focused on visual content. And that's really because visual content is the best way to drive engagement and ultimately traffic and sales back to your website. The studies all show that a great visual leads more people to click and share. Actually, a piece of content with a visual gets 94% more views than a piece of content without a visual. 84% of learning is visual, and people remember 80% of what they see. That's compared to 20% of what they read and 10% of what they hear. So creating that visual connection to your brand with your audience is going to give you much stronger impacts in the long run. Of course, this isn't a new idea. Visuals have always been a really big part of advertising and marketing strategies. This is an old ad from Coca-Cola from the 60s. Just a great reminder that having that kind of emotional connection with a brand has always been created through visuals. And Coca-Cola has continued to do this to this day. This is their visual representation of their visual content strategy from today that's a little inspiration for all of us, because here this isn't something they created on their own. Actually, they pulled this from a user, so pulled in some user generated content, found a way that people were already engaging with their brand, and they used the same sort of language, used the right hashtag, created their own hashtag that would engage their audience in a way that they were already engaging with each other. So just a really great example for us all to have in mind as we get started. Visual content can really be so many things these days. Of course, there's just great photos that you can take with your phone or pull from stock image sources. There's also these infographics that are really popular now, which can be really complex, like this one I have on the right, or as simple as just communicating one piece of data or fact. There's also a lot of popular this kind of quote graphic has become really popular, where we have just really words or a quote on the back of a photo or a relevant background. So really easy again to create on your own. And then of course there's like GIFs, memes, even a screenshot or an emoji is a really great way to add a piece of visual to your content. So with so many easy things, there's no reason that you shouldn't be adding a piece of visual to every piece of content that you share. But before you start sharing, cat memes or something 24 hours a day, you want to sit back and think a little bit about what you're trying to achieve. And as you're getting started with Viraltag, it's the perfect time to do that. So thinking about what's your business objective, where is your business today and where do you want to go? Are you trying to grow, create a new brand? Have you been around a little bit and you're looking at customer retention and loyalty? Are you interested in acquiring new customers, maybe growing into a new segment or building out customers for the first time? Decide what that is for you, because it's going to impact what metrics you pay attention to, and that's how you're going to know if you're getting what you're really getting out of using Viraltag, and if your social media strategy is on the right track. So if you're interested in user acquisition, you're going to be paying more attention to those referral metrics. How many people are clicking on the content that you share, and what does that mean for your website and your business? If you're interested more in that, just building your brand and getting exposure, you're going to be thinking about how that content is going viral, how it's being shared, how it's being liked, and how people are engaging with it on the network that you're sharing. Maybe you're just more interested in that customer loyalty, so you're going to be interested in how you're building up your community on social. So are you how your followers are increasing? So decide what that is to you. It might change over time, but figure out what it is today, and write it down and create that plan around that. It's also going to impact who you're trying to speak to, because of course, as marketers, we all know that you can't speak to everyone, because then you'll end up just speaking to yourself. So figure out that person that you have in mind that you want to speak to. Is it a new sort of customer? Maybe it looks a lot like the customer you've had. Decide what it is for you today, and then spend a little bit of time learning as much about that person as you can, because that's going to help you figure out what sort of content you need to be sharing, where you should be sharing, and the style that you can be sharing that content. So thinking about what are they sharing, who are they interested in, who are they following, what kind of trends and hashtags are they engaging in. We have some great resources on our blog where we talk about free tools that you can use to study this. You can also just go straight to Pinterest, looking at your audience using guided search on Pinterest, or on whatever social network you're looking to focus on, and deciding what that is for you, and creating a plan around it. Once you know who you're trying to reach and what you're trying to achieve, that's going to help you figure out which social channel you should really focus on. And these are all the channels that you can use with Viraltag. Obviously, a lot of people come to Viraltag for Pinterest, but we're also integrated with Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and now Instagram. So you can schedule to all of those channels with Viraltag. And with that, I'm going to take you over to Viraltag, and we'll talk a little bit about how to get started, and find and schedule content. So the first thing you want to do, maybe some of you have done this already, but I'm just going to go over it quickly just in case. Once you log in to Viraltag with your trial account, you're going to want to go to accounts first and connect your social accounts that you want to use with Viraltag. So very easy. Here we have listed all the icons of all the networks that we're integrated with. Just simply hit connect, and it'll prompt you to enter your login information, or if you're already logged in, you can just authorize the app, and then it'll come up here. Under your connected accounts, of course, you can remove those at any time if you change your mind. Once you're connected, you want to start finding content. So you have a lot of different options here about how you can find content to schedule to social media. One of the most popular ways, of course, that people use with Viraltag is our browser extension or toolbar button. So this is how you, if you're comfortable with Pinterest, it's like the pin it button. So you can go to any website and grab any of the photos from that website and schedule it through Viraltag. So to download the browser extension, just go to Settings here on the left-hand side, Extensions, and here you have a choice of which extension you can install. So if you are using Chrome or Safari, you can click to install those browser extensions. If you're using another browser like Internet Explorer or Firefox, you can just drag in the bookmarklet, just drag it right into your toolbar. Click and drag, and there it is on your toolbar. So, and of course, you can use that with Chrome or Safari, so you have a choice there of what you can do. And then once you have those installed, you can just go to any website as you would if you were using Pinterest. So for example, here, apartment therapy, I can just click the bookmark that I just dragged to my toolbar, and it's going to bring up all the photos on that page. I can select one, I can select multiple ones, whatever I'm looking for, just click them and hit next. That's going to bring up Viraltag and prompt you to enter a description. You can edit the link, choose the social networks that you have connected that you'd like to post to, and then you can either add it to your queue or hit schedule. And I'll go over what those mean in a moment. So if I wanted to schedule this to Facebook, I just hit the Facebook icon and enter my description. I can schedule to multiple social networks at once. Maybe I want to schedule this to Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook. Do it all at once, enter my description, and it's good to go. For Pinterest, you can select multiple boards. All of your boards will be listed here if you've connected your Pinterest account, including your secret boards. And you can just select whatever boards you're interested in posting to, as many as you want. If you change your mind, you just hit the X and just hit schedule. So that's one main way for scheduling your finding content. Another way you can do is through if you go to post here on the left-hand side, and here you can either just pull in anything straight from your desktop. You can drag in files, or you click this choose button and it'll open the browse bar. You can also connect your Facebook here, Dropbox, Flickr, or Google Drive and pull in photos that way. You can also connect your Instagram, and here you can search hashtags, you can search different accounts and pull in information from there. And you can also just search the web. Here it's through Bing, and these are all Creative Commons photos, so they're available for you to share and use however you like. So you can just search a keyword and find photos this way. So if you wanted to search something, you could just click, click whatever you want to schedule, hit upload, and it'll bring up this page here. And again, you can just change the description to whatever you want, add a link that you want that photo to go to, and choose whatever networks you want it to be shared to. If you want, then you have some options of when you can schedule it. You can hit this little time icon here, little clock icon, and that allows you to choose a specific moment in time when you would like that to be posted. You can just hit schedule. So if you choose a specific moment in time, hit schedule, or you can hit post now if you wanted to go out now, or you can hit add to your queue. Once you go to schedule, the add to your queue button disappears, but you have a choice when you first go if you'd like to schedule it at a specific point or add to your queue. Another option here is say that I wanted to post this to Twitter and I wanted to post it to Facebook. On Twitter, I have my character limit. On Facebook, I can post as long as I want. And there are different things that I probably want to stay with this on Twitter than I want to say on Facebook. Maybe Facebook, I want to be a little more conversational. I want to ask a question to my followers because that's the sort of content that does a little bit better on Facebook. Whereas Twitter, I just wanted to send out like the headline of a blog I'm linking to. So what I can do is hit clone, and that opens up this bulk uploader screen, and it actually just copies the post. So I have the option of writing a different caption for this one, setting it to go to Facebook, and writing another caption here and setting it to go to Twitter. Different options. While we're on this bulk upload page, you also have the option if I was to if I had chosen a bunch of things to be posted and I wanted them all, say, to go to like a specific Pinterest board, I can just hit bulk upload, bulk options, set the same description or link if I wanted to, or not, leave that separate, and then choose that I want them all to go to like the same board, and that'll automatically update everything that I have listed here and I can just hit add those to my queue. So they'll go out according to your posting schedule that I'll show you in a second. Okay, and the other way that you can find content to post through Viraltag is at this content tab here on the left. And here we have a few options. We have feeds, this is where you can add any feeds from websites or blogs that you follow. So maybe you're a food blogger and you know that a lot of people in your audience are going to, like content from a certain kind of food blog. Or maybe you're writing vegan recipes and you want to share other vegan recipes from other vegan food bloggers. So what you can do is add those blogs into this feed section so that they automatically, all the most recent content will automatically come up here. So you can just quickly post it or schedule it over time. So to add a new feed, you just hit add new feeds here. It's at the bottom of all the feeds that you have listed. And you can either search a keyword, so like vegan food, for example, and that's going to bring up all the blogs with that in the title, or you can search a specific one. So this is a blog, Oh She Glows. So I can just search that. It'll come up and I just hit add to feed. Here you can also add your Instagram account as a feed. You can add your Flickr account as a feed. And if you have an Etsy store, you can add that as a feed as well. So that just makes it a little bit easier and more efficient for you to share content and schedule it. And that's what we're all about at Viraltag, just trying to figure out how to make things a little bit more efficient for you. So for example, if it takes a moment once you've added a feed for it to come up, but another feed I added in the past, A Cup of Joe. So another like kind of travel blog. So if I wanted to add a bunch of content from this blog to one of the social accounts that I've connected, I can just click a bunch, whatever I'm interested in, hit schedule, and it's going to bring up that bulk upload screen again. And like I was saying, so I can either make different adjustments to all of these, or if I knew that I wanted them all to go to like my travel board on Pinterest, I can just do bulk options, select that board, and they would all go out automatically to that board. So just a really easy way to schedule a lot of things quickly, and I could just add that to my queue. The other thing here on the content tab, back to the content tab, are popular images. So these are all user-generated photos and that you can like repin or share, a great way to curate and complement your original content. Again, these are sorted by categories. You can just kind of browse through different categories, or if you want to just search a specific keyword, again, you can. So again, like for that vegan food blogger, you could just search vegan food. Here you're going to get a lot of different recipes and photos that are going to come up that you could share. And again, for whatever you want to just share, you just click it and it'll bring up all of the content, the blog that it came from, for you to edit, the description if you like, and pin or schedule. And then the final option here under content is design. So we have an integration with Canva to help you create really basic, beautiful graphics that you can share on social media. These do especially well on Pinterest and Instagram, and you can choose wherever you're trying to schedule it to. So the size will be optimized for that social network. So if you do Instagram designing Canva, it's going to bring up the little Canva design box, and it'll be automatically square, which performs best on Instagram. And you can upload content, integrate with your own Canva account, and make your design here, and then just hit publish, and whatever you've added will be automatically saved here in your design section. So these are all things that we've made in the past, and you can click and schedule those at any time. The other thing I'll mention about scheduling posts, back to my cat search, is that When you're scheduling something through Viraltag, you also have the option to enhance the image. And this is also a great way that you could create, really basic kind of quote graphics if you want, but you can also crop, resize the photos. So depending on which social channel you're sharing it to, and just adjust the photo in some simple ways if you're interested in enhancing the image brightness. And you can also add text. So just other great ways to make sure that it's set to be the best for each social channel you're sharing on. So that could be another scenario where you might use the clone button because maybe you're scheduling one to Pinterest and you want to schedule something to Pinterest and Instagram. Well, on Pinterest you want to crop it so it's going to be tall and narrow because that's what performs best on Pinterest. And if you're scheduling it on Instagram, you'll want to crop it to be square. So you could clone it and then crop each separately and schedule them. Okay, I mentioned the, let's see, I'm going to pause. It looks like we have a couple questions. Okay, let's see. It looks like there might have been, is there a technical error? Are you guys seeing the screen? Let me know if you're not able to see the screen. Another question about those. So on the screen right now, we're on the content tab with the design section. Are you guys still able to see that? Okay, great. Sorry about that interruption. Just want to make sure everything is all set. Okay, yeah, question about are there copyright issues when using those images? So maybe you're talking about the popular images. So for popular images, these are all user-generated photos. So just ask that if you're sharing them somewhere, you credit the site that you've gotten them from. So these are especially great for sharing on Pinterest and kind of operate the same as like a repin. Sharing them on other social networks you just have to be careful about that. If you're searching through the post where I showed before and search here, these are all Creative Commons photos, so these are available for you to be used wherever you like. Okay. There's no separate fee for Canva. Someone asked if there was a separate fee for using Canva, and there isn't. This comes with your Viraltag plan. Okay, yeah. So I see copyright question about those cats photos I was saying. So those are all Creative Commons photos, so you're able to use those wherever you like. And yeah, and for the popular images, so when you go to post something, it will come up with the site where it came from. So that's where you can credit it. It's already baked into the share there. Okay, now I want to show you guys how to, so I mentioned when you schedule a post, you have the option to schedule it at a specific moment in time. You can post it now, or you can add it to your queue. And your queue means that it's going to go out according to your preset posting schedule. And you can edit your posting schedule by going to your dashboard and then clicking on posting schedule here along the top. And your posting schedule is different time slots for each day that you've added that your content will be published at those specific moments in time. So you can edit this at any time, but whenever you set your queue, it'll go out to according to the schedule that's set at that time. So to add a new time slot, you just hit the plus button on any specific day and just move this little dial to choose your specific time. You can delete any time slots at any time, just hitting the X, deleting them, and you can adjust them to make them different for every day. By default, when you sign on, you'll have 5 time slots set for each day, and that schedule will be the same for each of your social networks. But then you can go in and you can edit those. So if you wanted to have a different schedule for Facebook than Instagram. For example, in a lot of people are active on Facebook in the afternoons, and Instagram, it tends to be, you can have a lot of activity late at night when people are lying in bed. They're on Instagram. So maybe you want to add a few more time slots to Instagram late at night. So you can just make those adjustments here. And then once you add to your queue, stuff will just go out according to the schedule. So if I'm scheduling some stuff on Sunday at 9 a.m., then the first piece of content is going to go out at 10:34 if I add it to my queue. And you just toggle between each of these schedules to see the different social posting schedules for each day. And then once you've scheduled something, it's going to come here in scheduled posts. And again, you just toggle between each time to see what you've scheduled for each of those networks. So this is what I've scheduled for Pinterest. We don't have anything scheduled for Tumblr or Twitter or any of the other social networks. If you wanted to make any adjustments to something you've scheduled, you can just hit edit, and that allows you to change anything in the description, the source, or change the time if you wanted to. If you're working with a team, you have this contributions tab, and this means different people of your team can contribute content, and then an editor will go in and decide if they want to schedule or reject it. So that's great for like bigger social media teams or companies, or maybe if you're working with like virtual assistant or something that you want to contribute posts but not give them full authority. That's a great option. And then recent posts are everything that you've scheduled in the past. So again, toggle between your different networks and you can see what's been scheduled. And it gives you some basic feedback on how many repins or likes or, depending on the social network, what the metrics are. You can see a little bit here. And failed posts, if for any reason there was some error, that would come up here in failed posts. Okay. And then in order to start seeing the impact of your Viraltag use, you want to go to the report section, and we have an integration with Google Analytics. You can integrate your Google Analytics, connect it, and then we'll start giving you some feedback here on your traffic that's coming from different social networks. So you can see maybe if you're spending more time scheduling a lot more to Pinterest, a lot of people see them they see a big spike in the traffic and referral traffic that they have coming from Pinterest. So a good way to, again, check in on how your social media use is impacting your website and your business goals, if that's an important thing to you. Also, once you connect your Google Analytics, you're going to see best times to post. So this is just some feedback on when you're getting the most bang for your buck with your scheduling. So good to take a look at this and then set your posting schedule so you know, like here, we have a lot of traffic that's coming in at noon on Wednesday. So I want to make sure that we have a few things set in our posting schedule around that time. And then you can also see some of your Pinterest analytics here. So some good feedback on what were your most popular pins, what's performing well, what's not performing well, and what sort of traffic you're getting. So great to just continue to keep an eye on this as you go and check for feedback. Those are the main things with Viraltag. And then the last bit that I want to show you is scheduling with Instagram, because it's the only network that is slightly different. So once you connect your account to going back to connecting your account to Viraltag, if you connect your Instagram account, so doing it the same way as I showed at the beginning, just hit connect under Instagram. This little pop-up will appear. It's going to give you ask for authority, and then you'll get a pop-up that'll show you how to schedule to Instagram, a little video you can watch, and then a link to download our app, because you need an app to schedule to Instagram. So you can just click the link, it'll bring you to the App Store. You can send this to your phone, and this will give you the link to download the app to your phone. So then what you'll do in order to schedule to Instagram, so you can go through the same way as I showed you, scheduling anything, make sure it's square, and and then just hit schedule to Instagram, set your time. And then at the specific moment in time that you scheduled, you will get a pop-up on your phone, and it's going to look like this. So you'll just get a little notification on your phone that'll say you have a post scheduled for Viraltag. You'll just have to swipe to acknowledge it. It'll open the app, and you'll get a screen here that'll show you the image that you had scheduled, the caption that you have, and you just hit share on Instagram. It'll automatically copy the caption that you had posted on Viraltag, and it'll prompt you to click to open in Instagram. Click to do that. It'll open your Instagram app, and then here you just need to paste the caption that was automatically copied. So again, it's automatically copied. You don't have to do anything. You just have to click to paste, and it'll paste there, and then you can make any changes if you want at that time, or make any changes to the photo if you wanted, and then just click to share on Instagram. So it's one more step that's a little bit different than scheduling to any other social network. Unfortunately, that's the only way to do it right now, following Instagram's rules. But hopefully, if Instagram makes any changes, we will be updating that and making it as simple as possible for you to schedule to Instagram. But right now, it's a great way to just make sure that you're making a plan as you would for any other social network, and taking it as seriously as any other social network. So we're excited. We just launched that a couple weeks ago. Excited to offer that to you guys. And again, all of these are available through the Pro plan. So with the Pro plan, $29 a month, you can connect up to 10 profiles. So doesn't matter which profiles you're interested in using, which social networks. You just choose what's best for you. All right, about to move on to questions, but first I just wanted to tell you quickly about one cool story of one of our early users that I love to talk about. Shelly Wells she runs the blog Preparedness Mama, which is about like self-reliance and women caring for their families, a lot of DIY stuff. And she knew when she was getting started that Pinterest was going to be really important. She knew a lot of her audience was on Pinterest. She'd done her research, and she knew, being on her own, starting from nothing, she would just need to be spending a lot of time sharing content there in order to build up her brand. And so that's what she did to start with. She said she was basically like on Pinterest like all day long. She always had Pinterest open, so she just to make sure that she always had new content coming into the stream of her audiences. And it just was taking up tons of time, and she was seeing a little bit of growth in her following, but not a huge amount. And then she signed up with Viraltag, and she said it moved her to spending just 15 minutes a day on Pinterest. Well, she was spending 15 minutes a day on Viraltag, but it was giving her this huge impact on Pinterest that she'd never seen before, and allowing her to grow her following actually really quickly to over 20,000 people. She's seen a huge spike in traffic to her blog, and she said it's allowed her to really become an authority in her space, and made her kind of an expert in that space, which is just, in such a simple, easy way of just spending 15 minutes a day. She's using our blogger plan, which is just $12 a month. It was just a really cool story of how transformative this exercise could be for her business. And yeah, love to answer any questions now that you guys have.